Hi guys, I hope you're having a great start to your week so far. So today I want to talk to you about 3 different ways you can demonstrate people-pleasing behaviour and a suggestion of what you can do about it. So the first way that you can demonstrate people-pleasing behaviour is by volunteering, offering to do things that you haven't been asked to do, even if you don't want to do them. And even if you can't afford to do them in terms of time or in terms of money or in terms of emotional tax that it costs you, right? So the first way is volunteering to do things. People aren't asking you, you're volunteering your time, your money, your emotion, your energy, and you can't really afford to lose it at that time. So the tip in this area is, of course, to resist the urge to volunteer to do anything for the next 30 days. So for the next 30 days, anytime someone mentions something around you that you feel like volunteering to help with, and when we're saying volunteering, of course, these people haven't asked you, volunteering to help with, even though you haven't been asked to do it, and even though you cannot really afford to do it in terms of energy, finance, or time, okay? The second way that people-pleasing behaviour takes place is kind of in line with that, but it's when people ask you to do things, you don't really want to do it, and you say yes anyway. This happens to people who don't have clear boundaries, who are not good in setting a foundation for how people should treat them or interact with them in order to be in a relationship with them. This is something that I suffered with greatly. I've actually suffered with all of these things because I grew up kind of a people pleaser. But it was one of them that was really, really detrimental to me, I guess. So not being able to say no to people. So in this situation, it's really, really important for you to make a note of what your boundaries are. So you need to prepare yourself for these types of situations in terms of putting boundaries down in your relationships, in terms of you being clear about what your boundaries are. Because I know for me, the reason why I wasn't really putting down boundaries because I didn't even know what my boundaries were. And if I did have boundaries, they were kind of really, really weak boundaries. So someone would have to do something really, really severe to me in order for me to put down a boundary, by which time obviously it's too late. So yeah, start working out what your boundaries are, get clear on them, be clear on your values, and uphold them, communicate them to people that are in your life so that they're aware of what your boundaries are and what you will and won't do willingly. The third thing that people do when it comes to people-pleasing behaviour, this one is kind of covertly done, really, and it's isolating yourself. So if people-pleasers are not out there volunteering to do things that they shouldn't really be doing, or if they're not resisting putting down boundaries and they're not finding it difficult to say no, then they are isolating themselves, and they're doing this because they can't actually bear to say no to people, and they can't actually bear to tell the truth about what it is they are happy and not happy to do. And also people that isolate themselves have a problem generally with being authentic about how they feel. They tend to be people who want to be seen in a particular way, so they kind of isolate themselves because they only want to come out when they're at their very, very best, because they always want people to be pleased and happy and feel great in their company, and so they almost detest being unhappy or being down, and so they isolate themselves. So to you, if you are doing that, and that is one of the ways that you demonstrate people-pleasing behaviour, I would really want to send a strong message to you that it isn't really normal to not feel any other emotion than happiness or joy. You know, like everybody feels different emotions. So people feel sad, they feel angry, they feel frustrated, they feel lost, they feel confused. All of these emotions are really, really normal, and they're emotions that can be worked through, and they're emotions that are easier to overcome when you actually talk to people, to be fair. So what I would recommend to you is that when you are feeling anything other than happiness and anything other than any emotion that you feel like will contribute positively to someone else's life, I would be courageous enough to pick up the phone in those times or to send out a message in those times, because you'll be surprised about how many people want to be there to support you instead. So I hope this helps if you're a people pleaser. There are just a few different ways that it comes up. Obviously there are many ways as well, but they're the ones that were common for me and that have been common with the clients that I work with. If you're struggling with this and you've tried to implement these tips and you haven't been able to succeed in it and you want further support, reach out to me because I've got different coaching programs and groups that suit different budgets as well, and I would love to work with you to overcome this, because it's really, really freeing to not be in that mode of people pleasing anymore and to know that you're fully accepted by everyone for being exactly who you are, whether you're happy, sad, angry, you know, frustrated or whatever it may be. So I hope that helped. Drop your comments below if you know any other behaviours or if you've got any other tips as well for helping with this, because people will benefit from your comments in my feed. And yeah, DM me if you've got any inquiries about my coaching services or my monthly membership groups. Have a great day, guys. Speak to you soon.